Hey guys, how are you? Lucas here for WordPress or YouTube.com. Wherever you happen to be viewing this video, thank you very much for the view as always. By now you've probably noticed I'm not wearing the Under Armour sweater anymore. I've decided to go in a different direction with the dress that I have for each episode. I'm going to dress based on the topic I'm speaking about. So if I talk about sports, I'm going to dress up as an athlete or a fan of that team or sport or something like that. So today I'm dressed up. I have a nice little blazer on, collared shirt, did my hair, tried a little bit for you guys for once. The other times I usually would just roll out of bed and get in front of the camera. So this time is actually a little bit different, so I hope you really enjoy this video. What I want to discuss with you guys today are the effects of media and advertising on our everyday life. So I think it's clear for everybody that, well, maybe not for everybody. If you can disagree with me, that's totally up to you. But I think it's clear for everybody that the media and advertising have more influence than we're even aware of on our everyday life. For example, every time we see an ad on television, it's a little nudge in a direction to buy that product. An example of media influence can also be seen through 9/11. Before Al-Qaeda had ever taken responsibility for those crimes, the US pointed their finger at Al-Qaeda and all of a sudden they were the ones at fault, without any proof, without any evidence, without any admission to the action. If you're a hockey fan, Roberto Luongo trade rumors, it was rumored that him and Corey Schneider had this big feud and that they absolutely hated each other. That was clearly not the case at all between the two guys. They both said, no, that's not true, but the media made it seem like it was true. We also see it every single day with most of the celebrities that we hear about. We see it on the cover of magazines, on the news, everywhere. The media can basically make up any story, and with enough false evidence or circumstantial evidence, they can make it appear to be true. I'm going to start with the media. A lot of people question whether or not violence in the movies, in video games, significantly influence the actions of people. And I agree that it probably does. It probably does influence the actions of someone who's not maybe as capable as other people to make their own decisions. They're definitely going to be influenced by what they see there. In games like Grand Theft Auto and violent games like that, Call of Duty, the world doesn't really work like that. We can't just walk around beating up people and killing people. It doesn't happen like that. Am I going to say that we should ban all violent movies and all violent video games? No, of course I'm not going to say that. Those video games have an entertainment value to them. For those of us who can handle the violence and know that it's not real, it can be a really, really enjoyable experience. There have been examples in history where some people go out and they'll kill another person in the same way that a serial killer before them had done it. They're trying to mimic them. The reason a mimic exists is because the media tells us how people were murdered, what happened to them before they died, what the serial killer was like. We can read about it on the internet, we hear about it on the news. It's impossible to avoid. Another source of media that offers this as well is pornography. So many women on a daily basis are raped and abused by men who have been influenced by pornography. People are exposed to violent imagery and sex in a way that isn't real. Well, I'm not going to say all men. Some men don't understand that pornography is for entertainment purposes only and that that's not how real life works. I'm a full believer that a large amount of the crime in our world today has been semi-caused by pornography. People get so caught up with what they see and what they hear from media outlets and from people with power, we can mistake fiction for the truth. It's sad that as a race, we're so gullible, but it's the truth. When it comes to advertising, I'm a firm believer that it leads us to purchasing new products and to things we might not even need or want. This is because the advertisements that we see show a product in a new light, in a glamorous light. They make it so you feel if you purchase that product, your life will be miraculously improved and everything will get better for you. And that's the purpose of advertising. An example of this is a car. If you see a car commercial and it's driving around and doing donuts, or it's parked in the neighborhood and all your neighbors are walking by staring at it and in awe of this new car, aren't you going to want to buy it? Of course you are. That's not just for people who are gullible. Everybody wants to be well liked. Everybody wants to have a high social standing. So why wouldn't you want that? Obviously, if this car is going to do it for you, why wouldn't you buy the car? I feel like the biggest source of advertising might not even come from what we see on the television, what we see in the movies, or see in the newspaper. I feel like it's more of a non-primary source. When it comes to advertising, I feel as though there are two types, being primary advertising and non-primary advertising. Primary advertising comes specifically from the company. They distribute their commercial or their ad to different outlets in order for their product to be seen and to be advertised. Non-primary advertising is when a consumer has purchased their product. I'll use an iPod as an example. They first came out and they weren't too big. You see someone with an iPod, you say, oh wow, like that's pretty cool, that's new, maybe I'll go check that out. Of course the company intended for you to see that. They didn't pay for that advertising. That's why it's non-primary. People are so influenced by what other people in the world are doing. You buy a product, you don't even have to like it. If you pretend to love this product and be out in public with it and show it off, guaranteed, some of those people that saw you with that product are going to go purchase it that exact same day. I believe that with a good advertisement, you can get people to purchase anything. Things they don't want, things they're not interested in, anything. So thanks guys. Those are my views on the media and advertising's influence on us as a society. Thanks for watching the video and I hope you like it. Comment, rate, subscribe, whatever. See you later. Thanks.